In tonight's equity and inclusion game, both teams are looking to catch a win in order to move up in Horizon League standings. Now, the Grizzlies and the Panthers are both tied at 7th in the league and both on a 3-game losing streak right now. The Grizzlies are in Game 3 of a 4-game homestand in which they are 0-2 so far. It's also important to know that these two teams have a history of taking things down to the wire. 3 of their past meetings have ended in overtime. This should be an exciting game to watch. Back to you guys. Tonight's matchup is going to be a good one as both of these teams are posted at 1-3 in the Horizon League. The Golden Grizzlies are finally back at home after struggling 3 straight losses on the road. But it's important to note that they are 3-0 at home, which makes the Blacktop an extremely dangerous place for other teams to play. The Colonials are going to need to look out for Alexis Johnson, who's been a powerhouse for the Golden Grizzlies, leading the team in scoring and in rebounds. The Grizzlies are going to need to watch out for Phoenix Gideon, who's a go-to player for the Colonials, posting 4 double-doubles so far throughout this season. Coach Tungate has even said himself that this game is going to come down to whichever team can play harder. Jake, Jonathan, back to you guys. The Grizzlies are in Game 3 of a 4-game homestand, and while at home they have stepped things up offensively, now shooting 30 to 40% from the field. Coach Tungate credits this to finally being able to get back on the blacktop, getting some reps on their court after struggling on the road, finding open shots. Now defensively, they are going to have to shut down Lindsey Duval, who is the leading scorer in the league, 2nd in rebounds. After last game, Coach Tungate said how pleased he was with this team's defense. We're going to be looking to see more of that tonight. Back to you guys. Coach, you guys had a lot of back and forth, trading buckets there in the 4th quarter. How were you guys able to keep your cool?
Well, we scored. I mean, we didn't play any defense in the 4th quarter, or the second half for that matter. I told you how good our defense hit a big 3. We stepped up and made plays when we had to and did enough to win the game.
Yeah, you guys had big performances from a lot of girls. What does that have to say about the depth of your bench?
Well, I mean, you never know whose night it's going to be, and, we're waiting for that game where everybody, we found a way to win. That's all that matters.
What do you have to say about the fight in this team?
Yeah, I mean, they compete. There's no doubt about it. I love how hard they play. I love what they do.
Brooke, congratulations on the win and congratulations on a stellar performance tonight. How did it feel to be back on the blacktop after not seeing it for a few days?
It feels great, having our fans here.
Earlier on in the game, you came off the court and you said, I'm getting smacked around out there. What do you have to say about the physicality of this game and how you were able to work past it?
The physicality, it was great because, a lot of the games are going to be like that. Coach Tungate has...
Hi everybody and welcome back to another episode of Full Court Press. I'm your host, Patti Cesarini. Today I'm sitting down with basketball player Trey Townsend. Trey, thank you so much for being here with me today.
Thanks for having me.
Previously, you have just hit some 2 big milestones. You hit 1,000 career points, 500 rebounds. How did it feel to hit those?
It was a great feeling. Coming in, I wasn't sure how much I was going to play, and having a big impact right away in my career. It's been a great confidence boost for me. My teammates have been great throughout this process, and I got to shout out Jalen Moore. It's making my job a lot easier getting to that 1,000-point mark. And then rebounds, it's just kind of, I feel like that was my thing coming in, just that's working hard, and that's something I strive to do every day.
Each year you've become more and more of a pivotal player. What has that process been like for you?
It's been really great to see. Like I said before, coming in, wasn't sure what my future is going to hold, but as my confidence grew, my coaches and teammates' confidence grew in me as a player, and that's just allowed me to excel my skill set and playing style throughout these 3 years that I've been here.
So how were you able to work past some of those confidence issues to kind of boost it up and help your game?
I think it all started with just that rebounding aspect, because that's something I felt wasn't a skill that I had to practice all the time. That was just a work ethic type thing, and that's something my mindset, something my parents were always like, control the things you can control, which are your effort, and effort involves rebounding. So once I got comfortable with that, then all the outside skill stuff came into play, working with my coaches, playing with my teammates, really getting an understanding of the team that's around me, allowing me to showcase my game and the work that I put in through these off seasons that I've been here.
You mentioned your parents, and both of your parents went to OU. So was you coming here more of a legacy thing, or was it also a basketball thing?
Well, believe it or not, they both really weren't pushing for me to play here because they wanted me to have my own, career, and they didn't want me to be known as just the kid whose parents both played here. But growing up, I always, I looked up to my dad and my mom a lot, but I always wanted to be like my dad. And so that was my goal, was to play here. And I guess it was sort of a legacy thing, but mostly I also wanted to play Division I basketball. So it was kind of really a perfect dream scenario, playing at my dream school and it being Division I. So it was really a no-brainer for me.
What made Oakland your dream school?
Just growing up, going to all the games. I love being around my family, and I'm only 20, 25 minutes from my house, so my parents can come to all my games. And just being around my family was the biggest thing, I think. And I grew up knowing Campy and built a great relationship growing up, because that's really a big thing when you're choosing a college, is your relationship with the coach and how you feel comfortable at that school. And I just felt like this was a great fit. We had a great plan coming in, and I'd say it's working out so far.
Right, yeah, I'd also agree with that. Looking back at this first half of the season, you guys struggled a little bit. You know, you weren't getting too many wins, but now we're in the second half of the season. You guys picked it up. What was the change here?
I think the biggest thing about our team is our defense, and that zone that we play is kind of our patented, like that's Oakland's thing, and it's not the easiest thing to learn. And when you have new people coming in and out each year, it's kind of hard for people to pick that up. And at the beginning of the year, we were kind of banged up a little bit. Jalen and Blake were both struggling with injuries, and those are two main guys that, you know, can help teach the zone, and it's nice for the new guys to be able to watch them play in those certain positions. So really missing them at the beginning of the year, obviously it showed in our record. It was kind of a struggle. Yeah. After that Syracuse game, we had about 12 or 13 days where we didn't have any games. We were just able to practice. Everyone was able to get healthy. And I think that was really the turning point for us. We really found our identity on the defensive end, which correlated into offensive efficiency, and everyone got back healthy, and we've won 6 of the last 7. So
things kind of just started to click for you guys. And now you guys are sitting well above 500 in the league right now. What is the team goal / motto moving into the second half of the season?
We've been saying it since the Syracuse game, and it's been 40 minutes. That's what we bring it in, break it down, is basketball games, 40 minutes. You can't have a great 35 minutes and then expect to just, you know, float through the last 5. You got to play all 40 minutes. And we've had a lot of close games where, you know, in the last minute of the game, it might not look like we were going to win. But that 40-minute mantra really has come together with our guys, and we've been able to pull out all these close games in the end here. So we're going to keep pushing forward with that. And the main goal of the season is obviously to win the tournament and go to March Madness.
Yeah, right. That is the goal. And then did you have any personal goals for yourself? I know earlier in the year we talked about how you wanted to shoot better from the three-point range. How has that been going?
That's definitely been a major improvement. Last year I think I shot like 15% from 3, and this year I'm shooting just over 40%. So this offseason has been a huge help for me. And then, yeah, I'd say it's going well from our first conversation.
Working out well?
Yeah.
Good. That's all the serious questions that I have for you today, but now I want to transition and play a little this or that.
Let's do it.
So, pasta or pizza?
Pizza.
Quick.
No question.
Mustard or ketchup?
Ketchup.
Passenger or driver?
Passenger.
Passenger princess.
Yes.
Takeout or dine out?
Dine out. Chris and I will eat out all the time.
Scary movies or comedy movies?
Comedy movies.
Good choice. Online shopping or mall shopping?
I'd want to say mall shopping, but it's hard for me to find clothes in store that fit me, so I do have to do most of my shopping online.
Right, that's fair.
I like going to the mall though.
Yeah. Well, that's all that I have for you today. Thank you again for sitting down and chatting with me.
No problem. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, and that is all the time that we have for this episode of Full Court Press. We will see you next time.